Okay, so this one's actually a pretty tough question. So if you watch the other video, most students might think, it's not that bad because you could just, square both of these numbers and then maybe it cancels out the radical. And then you're just left with something that looks like this, which just becomes 6, right? But of course, you should be very skeptical, right? When you have something in the form a plus b and you square it, you don't get a squared plus b squared. There's a term that we're missing, which is the middle portion, which is 2ab, right? So when you FOIL, you're supposed to get this. Okay. Well, we can actually use this form to maybe figure out what we're supposed to get, and it's not as nice as it seems. So let's call a the first part, 3 minus rad 5, and then b will be the second part, 3 plus rad 5. Okay. You can get something that looks pretty mean, but maybe we could simplify this. So it's going to be the first term. All right, I forgot the square root. This is a. We're going to square a. Okay. Sorry, you can't see the parentheses, right? And then for the middle term, it's going to be 2ab. So a is square root of 3 minus rad 5. And then we're going to do times. Let's just put another radical, but there's a multiplication between them. 3 plus rad 5, which is b. Okay. So that's going to be 2ab. For b squared, that's just going to be the last term squared. So that's 3 plus rad 5 squared. Okay. So this is actually what happens when you distribute the squared, or when you FOIL the sum of these two terms. And some of this will cancel out pretty nicely. So these two, if they do, the radicals do go away, you get 3 minus rad 5. And then on the other end, we're going to have, I can't see that either. It would be 3 plus rad 5. Okay. But what happens in the middle, right? So let's say we're trying to take care of this part. Well, since we have two radicals or two square roots, we can technically just multiply the values within. Because, I mean, when you have two radicals, you could just multiply the values within them. Right? That's a perfectly okay rule. So you can say this is equal to just one big square root, 3 minus rad 5 times 3 plus rad 5. Right? And don't forget the 2 in the front. I'll put that in later. Okay. So what does this thing become? Well, it looks really scary, but actually you should notice that this is another one of those things that you may have or may not have remembered. It's a squared minus b squared form, right? It's 3 minus rad 5 and then 3 plus rad 5. So we should be able to change this to 3 squared minus rad 5 squared. Okay. And that's actually not too bad to work with. That's just 9 minus 5. 9 minus 5 is just 4. And then square root of 4 is just 2. Right? And now let's add the 2 in front. So it's 2 times 2. So that means our 2ab term that we were working on is just really just 4. And then we can simplify the rest. It's going to be 3 minus rad 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus rad 5. And that's just going to get us 6 plus 4, right? The rad 5 is going to cancel out. You can get 3 plus 4 plus 3, which is just going to be 10. So 10 is actually going to be the answer in this case. So not everyone's ready for competition level questions, but just make sure you understand the concepts in this video with this problem.